Hello guys, now we will study the class 9th NCERT Democratic Politics chapter 4 working of institution. Under the working of institution we will see the topic here, the president. Okay, so when we saw that prime minister and the power of prime minister, now here we will study about the president, like from where this system has been adopted in India, what is the power given to the president, how it is elected, how it is removed, all this thing. Now, while the prime minister is the head of government, the president is the head of state. Okay, so here we can see prime minister is the head of government and president is the head of state. And one more thing, prime minister is a real government, okay, whereas the president is a nominal government. In our political system, the head of state exercises only nominal powers. Okay, so what happened in our political system, like a parliamentary system, whoever is the head of a state, that only occupies the or exercise the only nominal power. See, we are talking about the president and prime minister. So basically prime minister is a head of state, whereas a head of government is a prime minister. So whoever is the head of state, that exercise the nominal power, okay, whereas the prime minister exercise the real power. And one more thing, prime minister president, okay, president exercise the nominal power, and it is a it also known as prime minister is a real power, occupies the exercise the real power. Okay, now the president of India is like the queen of Britain, whose function are to large extent ceremonially. Okay, the president of India is like just like a queen of Britain, whose function are or whose ceremonies are so large. The president supervises the overall functioning of the political institution in the country so that they operate in a harmony to achieve the objective of state. Okay, so basically what happened, the president, whoever the president of country, what they need to maintain, they need to supervise the overall function of political institution. See, whatever the political institution, even the legislative institution, executive institution, judiciary institution, all these institution need to maintain a peaceful or harmony among themselves and need to follow the पर्टिकुलर प्रोसीजर. ये सारी चीज़ें कौन देखता है, प्रेसिडेंट देखता है. ठीक है, और प्रेसिडेंट का क्या काम है कि उनके बीच की सारी हार्मनी, सारी चीज़ों को, ऑब्जेक्टिव को देखना. नाउ अब हम पढ़ेंगे, द प्रेसिडेंट इज़ नॉट इलेक्टेड डायरेक्टली बाय द पीपल, द इलेक्टेड मेंबर्स ऑफ पार्लियामेंट एंड द इलेक्टेड मेंबर ऑफ लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली इलेक्ट हर. ओके, सो वी कैन सी कि जो प्रेसिडेंट होते हैं उनको डायरेक्टली कोई पीपल नहीं चुनते. जैसे कि हम जो मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट है, मेंबर ऑफ लेजिस्लेटिव का चुनाव होता है, तो उसमें जो आम आदमी होता है वो पार्टिसिपेट करता है और उनको पूरा अधिकार होता है उनको चूज़ करने का. ठीक है, लेकिन जो प्रेसिडेंट हैं उन जिनको, जैसे हमने एमपीज़ को चुना, हमने एमएलएस को चुना, अब वो एमपीज़ और एमएलए किसको चूज़ करते हैं, प्रेसिडेंट को. तो बेसिकली हम यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं कि ठीक है, यहाँ पे आपको एक क्वेश्चन आ सकता है कि वाई इट इज़ हैपनिंग, वी आर लिविंग इन अ डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्रीज. ओके, डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट. सो अंडर द डेमोक्रेसीज गवर्नमेंट व्हाट हैपन, वी शुड also have a right to elect the president, but why we are following this? So basically democracies state that people have a right to elect the head of the government, whereas the president is not the real head of the government, it's just a nominal head of the government or head of the state. So that's why a candidate standing for the president post has to get a majority of votes to win the election. Okay, whoever the people is standing for the president post need to achieve the majority of votes to win the election. This ensures that the president can be seen to represent the entire nation. So from this we can understand that president basically represent the entire nation. At the same time, the president can never claim the kind of direct popular mandate that the prime minister can. Okay, on the same time we can also say that president can never claim, okay, what it cannot never claim, direct popular mandate that prime minister can. Okay, so we can see here the president and prime minister, how their powers are different from each one. This ensures that she remains only a nominal executive. So from this we can conclude that president is just a nominal executive. Now the same is true of the powers of the president. Okay, so it is also true for the powers of president. If you casually read the constitution, you would think that there is nothing that she cannot do. Okay, so but we can also say that whatever the power of president is written in the our constitution, it states that the president has right to do anything. All the governmental activities take place in the name of president. Okay, so what are the governmental activities are happening? That governmental activities are basically taken on the name of president. See, we have also saw under the Mandal Commission. So basically the recommendation which was passed by the Mandal Commission, or take the example of any act, when the draft is passed, then draft become bill when it approved from the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, and the bill can be become the act only and only if the president gives the assent to it. So you can see, although the president is a nominal head, but how the president powers are so much important. All the laws, measures, policies, decision of the government are issued in her name. Okay, so all the powers, policies, and whatever the things are there, that are issued under the name of president. All major appointments are made in the name of president. Okay, so see, we have also see the prime minister, appointment of prime minister is done by the president, and appointment of council minister is also done by the president, even though president take the advice of prime minister, but that advice is not binding in nature. Means president has a right to take the decisions by themselves. Now this includes the appointment of Chief Justice of India, the judges of Supreme Court, the high courts of state, the governor of state, the election commissioner, ambassador to the other countries, etc. Okay, so all this power, all this appointment or election includes the like president elect the Chief Justice of India, Supreme Court of India, High Court of State, Governor of State, Election Commissioner, Ambassador. Okay, all this. All the international treaties and agreement are made in the name of President. Okay, whatever the international treaties or agreement are held between the more than one countries or two countries, so that are basically happen in the presence of President. The President is a supreme commander of the defense force of India. We all know that President is a one of the supreme commander of the defense force of India, but we should remember that the president exercises all this power only on the advice of council minister. Okay, so we can also say that here, that whatever the powers is exercised by the president, that powers exercise basically on the advice of council of minister. The president can ask the council of minister to reconsider its advice. Okay, president can ask, suppose one advice is given by the council of minister, president did not like it, so president has right to ask them to reconsider its advice. But if the same advice is given again, she is bound to act accordingly it. But here is also terms and condition. Suppose the same advice is given by the council of minister, what will be happen, that president has to follow a same advice. Similarly, a bill passed by a parliament becomes a law only after the president give assent to it. I already gave example कि कोई भी ड्राफ्ट जो बिल होती है वो एक्ट तभी बनती है जब प्रेसिडेंट वहाँ पे अपना एसेंट देता है. अगर प्रेसिडेंट अभी वहाँ पे एसेंट नहीं देता है तो वो बिल जो होती है वो रिजेक्ट हो जाती है, वो कभी एक्ट नहीं बनती. If the president wants, she can delay this for some time and send the bill back to the parliament for reconsideration. Okay, अगर president चाहता है तो वो क्या कर सकता है, उस बिल को थोड़े टाइम के लिए रख सकता है या फिर उसको रिटर्न कर सकता है पार्लियामेंट में और उसको रिकन्सिडरेशन के लिए भेज सकता है. बट इफ़ द पार्लियामेंट पासेस द बिल अगेन, शी हैज़ टू साइन. सो हियर वी कैन सी कि although the president has to take the advice of council of minister, although president has right to give the assent, but all these powers are ultimately in a binding nature. ठीक है, ये कहीं ना कहीं से एक तरफ से बाइंडिंग नेचर में है. शी हैज़ टू साइन इट. So you may wonder, what does the president really do? So we can understand here basically what does the president do. Now, can she do anything on her own at all? Can we see or can we tell that the president do whatever the things is taken by himself or herself? There is one very important thing she should do her own, appoint the prime minister. Okay, see, here is a one of the most or powerful power which is given to the president, that president has no binding or no foundation to take or to appoint the any member or the people who has a majority in a member of parliament as a prime minister. When a party or coalition of the parties secure a clear majority in the election, the president has to appoint the leader of the majority party or the coalition that enjoys majority support in the Lok Sabha. Okay, so we already saw we already saw that ki whenever party is formed, quality parties is formed. Okay, so basically what happened, clear, if there is some majority party is standing, the president has, okay, president has to appoint any leader as a majority party or coalition majority support in Lok Sabha. Now when no party or coalition gets a majority in Lok Sabha, the president exercises her discretion. Okay, the president appoints a leader who, देखो see basically here we can see कि अभी तक जो भी पावर हमने देखा, ठीक है, लाइक कि प्रेसिडेंट को क्या कहते हैं, काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्ट्री की एडवाइस कहीं ना कहीं बाउंडेड है, प्रेसिडेंट बिल पे साइन करता है, वो अपना एसेंट देता है तभी वो एक्ट बनता है, ये शायद दोनों चीज़ें क्या है, कहीं ना कहीं बाउंडेशन नेचर में है. लेकिन व्हेन द it comes to the appointment of prime minister, what happened कि president has right to appoint the any member who have a majority seat in the member of parliament as a प्राइम मिनिस्टर. एंड हियर ऑल्सो सी, अगर कोई पार्टी या कोई कोएलिशन पार्टी मेजोरिटी नहीं अचीव कर पाती लोकसभा इलेक्शन में, तो बेसिकली वहाँ पे क्या होता है कि प्रेसिडेंट के पास यहाँ पे इतना अधिकार है कि वो अपना डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर को यूज़ कर सके. मतलब डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर कि प्रेसिडेंट किसी भी ऐसे पर्सन को जो समझ सके कि हाँ इसके हाथ में मेजोरिटी सपोर्ट करने का अधिकार है या फिर ये कर सकता है, उस पर्सन को प्राइम मिनिस्टर इलेक्ट कर सकती है. सो यू कैन सी हियर हाउ द प्रेसिडेंट पावर्स आर डिफरेंट एट अ डिफरेंट प्लेसेस. In such a case, the president can ask the newly appointed prime minister to prove majority support in the Lok Sabha within a specified time. Okay, so here we can see कि suppose if the any party does not got the majority, president can elect the member or person as a prime minister, but that minister or that prime minister has to achieve the majority support in Lok Sabha until the specified time. That is actually that specified time is a 6 month. Okay, here one question is also that can president can elect the prime minister from the Rajya Sabha also? Yes. If you might be had information about the Dr. Manmohan Singh, when Dr. Manmohan Singh was appointed as the prime minister, the that time the Manmohan Singh belongs from the Rajya Sabha. Okay, he was not having the majority seat in a Lok Sabha, but president has appointed him as a prime minister. But Manmohan Singh has achieved the majority seat in Lok Sabha within a 6 month. Now presidential system. Okay, so here we will see one of the important thing, like in India there we know that in India there is a parliamentary system, and we will also see what is the difference between the parliamentary system and how it is different from the presidential system. Okay, and in which country a parliamentary system is adopted and in which country presidential system is adopted. Now presidents all over the world are not always nominal executive like the president of India. Okay, so basically what happened ki presidents in all over, there are numbers of country, in many countries presidents are basically not always have a nominal executive like in India. In many countries of the world, the president is both the head of the state and the head of government. Okay, so in some countries what happened, president also work as a head of the government and head of state. In case of India, we saw that prime minister work as a head of government, but president act as a or exercise as a head of state. But in some other country, president only exercise both the work, like a USA. The president of United States of America is most well known example of kinds of presidents. Okay, so such kind of president power is exercised in the US. Now the US president directly elected by the people. So basically जो president होते हैं US गवर्नमेंट के, उन्हें directly elect किया जाता है. He personally chooses and appoints all the ministers. So basically यहाँ पे क्या होता है, जो president होते हैं उनको पूरा अधिकार होते हैं कि वो किसी भी मिनिस्टर को चूज़ कर सकते हैं और अपॉइंट कर सकते हैं. द लॉ मेकिंग इज स्टिल डन बाय लेजिस्लेचर कॉल कांग्रेस इन द यूएस. ओके, सो बेसिकली जो लॉ होता है, जो लॉ बनाया जाता है, वो बेसिकली क्या होता है, किसके द्वारा किया जाता है, लेजिस्लेचर के द्वारा. बट द प्रेसिडेंट कैन वीटो एनी लॉ. Okay, but here also the president of US can veto any law. Most importantly, the president does not need the support of majority of members in the Congress, neither is the answerable to them. Okay, we have already saw that in India, when the we follow the parliamentary system, where the prime minister is a head of government, so that time to prove the prime minister seats, prime minister have to prove the majority. Suppose if the prime minister lost this majority, prime minister can be dismissed. But in the case of presidential rule, this is not happening. Okay, now he has a fixed tenure of 4 years and complete it even his party does not have a majority in Congress. Okay, so a president like in US have a tenure fixed year 4 year. In India we saw under the presidential rule, under the parliamentary rule, like a prime minister does not have any fixed tenure. This model is followed in the most of the countries of Latin America and many of the ex-Soviet Union countries. Okay, so this model is basically followed by the many countries like America or ex-Soviet Union. Given the centrality of the president, the system of government is called the presidential form of government. Okay, so basically as we can see here, the president has got the more power. So basically president is known as presidential form of, this system is known as presidential form of government. In country like ours that follow the British model, the parliament is the supreme. Okay, in like our country India follow, that is known as parliamentary form. So basically we will see here the some basic difference of the parliamentary and presidential system. This is a parliamentary, okay, and this is a president. Here head of the state is a president and head of the government is a prime minister. Here all both are the president only. Okay, have majority, did not need to be. Okay, here no fixed tenure, here fixed tenure 4 year. Okay, and one more thing, under the parliamentary system, while electing the minister, follow the here here prime minister does not elect the any minister, but here the president elect the minister. So these are the basic 4 differences we saw about the parliamentary and the presidential system. So India follow the parliamentary system, okay, and whereas the other country like US follow the presidential system. Okay, here is a question, what is better for a democracy? A, prime minister who can do whatever he wishes, or prime minister who needs to consult other leaders and parties? So basically what do you think कि ये जो आइडिया है कौन सा सही है? लाइक कि जो ए है, ए की कंडीशन में हमने देखा कि जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर होता है वो कुछ भी कर सकता है, ठीक है, जो वो चाहता है, ठीक है, और दूसरी कंडीशन में हमने देखा कि उसे किसी की एडवाइस लेनी होती है. तो आपको क्या लगता है कि यहाँ पे बेसिकली कौन सा सही होना चाहिए? नाउ ओके, वी आर this already we saw about the president. So here we understand, see, basically our constitution does not give in any power, okay, does not describe any powers to the president. Oh, okay, and president has much broader power, but that power is somewhat limited. Like we saw, the president has to follow the advice of council of minister while taking any decision. Okay, and in case of assent of president, there also we saw that there are some limitation which president need to follow, that within a few days president has to rescind, and if once the president has rescind the bill in the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha or in the parliament, okay, if that bill return to the president has to give the assent, and that is one of the most important thing. Now, and the third most thing, yeah, one of the discretionary power we saw, like a president has right to elect the prime minister without the advice of anyone. Okay, and even in the case of if the none of the people or none of the minister has got the majority. And here also we saw the difference between the parliamentary system and the presidential system. What is the difference between the presidential system and from where the system is adopted and from where the parliamentary system is adopted? In India, we follow which system we follow? We follow the presidential, we follow the parliamentary system. In USA, we follow the presidential system. So I hope you understand these classes and enjoyed a lot. We'll come to the next class with the next topic.